Hey guys, it's Ryan here with HobbiesofaMan. Once again, and today we're going to be having a new manga review. Today we're going to be looking at Chain Soldier, volumes 3 and 4, but actually only up to this second mark here, which is chapter 27. So we're going to be looking at the two arcs that follow from the last one that I made. So before we do that, let's get over the book facts here. So the author for Chain Soldier is Takahiro. The artist is Yohei Takemura. The publisher is Yen Press. These are actually kind of expensive volumes for what they are, but it makes sense for the type of license it is, which is a very ecchi heavy type of license, right? So yeah, the demographic is shonen. This is a shonen jump title technically, but for whatever reason, Viz decided not to publish it, and so Yen has the rights to it because of that. The genres here are fantasy, action, and ecchi. This might be different from what I've said before, but that's what I'm categorizing it as right now. If you really want to be pedantic and make sure that you know the correct ones, go ahead and look at the previous videos and let me know what I said back then, right? So yeah, adaptations-wise, it does not have one yet, but I think it's either coming out real soon, it just came out, or it is very actively in development right now. I'm not really sure. That's why I gave you such a broad answer, but I could have sworn that there's been at least a trailer for this recently. And it seems like it's going to be good. So, yeah, ratings-wise, this is a 5 out of 5. These two arcs are really short, and they're not really story-heavy, but they managed to do what they set out to do perfectly from the get-go. So, yeah, the premise is basically that after the Mato games, Tenka is interested in Yuki and wants to date him, so she pursues him. And then the second premise is that Team 7 has some training moments, right? A little bit of a montage there. So you're going to set up the idea for later on, right? So there you go. Let's get into a plot line here. So first of all, we're going to be looking at Tenka'S Desire, which is arc number 3, which encompasses chapter 22 all the way to chapter 25. It's actually chapters 22, 23, 24, and 24.5, which is a chapter that was added here that I'm not really sure that was out correctly or at the right time in the manga magazine, right? So yeah, this arc consists of Team 7 visiting Team 6. Himari and her sister, I can't remember her name, the chick that has to do the weird JoJo poses to activate time travel, are better now. They're more connected. They care about each other again. They've worked through their issues by having a fight during the Mato games, right? So yeah, Yuki ends up in a ridiculous ecchi situation with Sahara by accident, by trying to talk to her while she's trying to sleep, getting cuddled into a very concerning position, right? So yeah, while this is happening, Tenka and Kyoka, as the leaders of their respective squads, are making some plans. And they also share a personal conversation. Tenka asks Kyoka if she can date Yuki, if she will have any trouble with that. And Kyoka doesn't act like she's upset, but I think she is, and definitely shows later on. But basically she's like, as long as it doesn't interfere with squad stuff, it's fine. I can't tell him what to do outside of, you know, the parameters of our work relationship, right? So she basically gives the go-ahead. She also tells Yuki later that Tenka's interested in him, and this is pretty unusual for him. He doesn't really understand why it is, and also Tenka is a very hot girl, and he's kind of unsure about why she would be interested in him. Eventually, she has a teleporting power, so she teleports to Yuki's room, kind of out of nowhere, and they have almost ridiculous amounts of UST, unresolved sexual tension between the two of them, and they end up in a very ecchi situation once more. It was actually very good. I really enjoyed this one. And Kyoka ends up being jealous, and Shushu tries to seduce Yuki too in the 24.5 chapter, right? So I really enjoy the development of Shushu in this arc specifically, and I also find Tenka to be a very interesting addition, a very curious addition to the ridiculous love situation that happens, right? So yeah, then the 7th Squad training arc, which is chapters 25, 26, and I think 27. Let me double check. No, it's only chapters 25 and 26. Is a very short arc, and basically deals with Kyoka and Tenka at lunch, strategizing, then talking about Shuki, what to do with the humanoid ones that showed up, and then some team training where Kyoka lets the other girls use Yuki through her power, right? So she manages to get Nei to use Yuki in this case, and what she does is actually turn Yuki into a sensor type. So he basically becomes able to use like Naruto sensor ninja type kind of like abilities, so he can see very far away, he can sense energy and vibes, and he also gets a ridiculous what's called X-ray vision type power in order to create a situation for Ecchi, of course, right? So it is a lot, but it is fun. I really do enjoy it. It's not something that I would enjoy every day, but it is like a fun kind of like, oh, this is so stupid and ridiculous, and it's enjoyable, right? So yeah, then there's this kind of cute moment between Nei and Yuki, where basically Nei looks up to Yuki as an older brother, and they have this kind of nice moment where she kisses his cheek, right? In a very honest and cute and innocent way. And it was really adorable. And then it's Shushu's turn, and actually her ability doesn't really do anything extraordinary to Yuki. So Kyoka kind of brushes her off. She's like, yeah, okay, this is not going to be useful, you know, let's move on, right? Then that's basically it. And it was fun, it was enjoyable, it was very cute. It helped set up some of the next arc, and it's really enjoyable. So yeah, in terms of characters, there's no one new introduced. There really wasn't any time to introduce anyone, but the character work here was fine. I enjoyed the development of the relationship between Nei and Yuki, and I also enjoyed the development of Shushu's feelings and the clarity of them now that she's like, okay, this chick Tenka is trying to go after my man, I gotta up my game and actually try to make it you know, serious. But of course, they're teenagers, and this is a Japanese manga that wants to go on for as long as possible. So it's not actually going to get anywhere, but there's going to be a lot of fun, ecchi scenes that are going to happen, right? So overall, good character work. In terms of world building, there's really nothing here except Nei's status as a member of the squad is explained, because she's actually a little girl, right? She's like 8 years old. She still goes to middle school or to elementary school. And the only reason why she was able to get a Mato Peach, and the only reason why she's even part of the defense squad is because of the guardian that she has, right? So we kind of learn a little bit about Nei and her relationship with her guardian, and why she looks up to Yuki all in one go. So good stuff there. Some of the world building, it really wasn't too much, but it does explain a little bit about some of the ways that characters can be part of the defense squad. So yeah, in terms of artwork and fan service, it's off the charts. It's really, really good. It's really enjoyable. But if you're someone that's kind of squeamish about fan service, this series is not going to be for you. And at this point, even if you were able to tolerate some of the earlier stuff, you might actually start to dislike this, because it is kind of getting a little bit ridiculous. And so it might be a good time to offload this series from your collection if you're kind of starting to get bored of the fan service, right? So yeah, in terms of ratings, a 5 out of 5, like I said, it is perfect at its purpose, which is transition and provide very ridiculous happy times, which is what the mangaka calls his ecchi scenes, right? So there you go, really good stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this arc review, and thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.